Hi everyone. I'm back again on the set of Let's Talk About It. Clear my throat real good. So today's topic, I'm not really sure what the title is just yet. By the time I finish, telling one of my stories, I have a lot of stories you guys can all see. But once I finish telling my story, then I'll figure out a title. So it's this song that came to my mind when I was at work. I work, pretty much alone. So a lot of times I think about a lot of stuff. It just comes to me. So it was this TLC song back in the days. I'm about to tell y'all my age, right? It's called Scrubs. And I'm just going to repeat one verse. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Sitting on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Yeah. So, with that being said, we have to, women, men, everybody, we have to take our time when it comes to, having a child with someone. You want to get to know that person. It's a process, and when we don't follow that process, the outcome is we don't even know, right? A lot of times you rush everything, not even thinking about it, not even using the proper precautions like condoms and, birth control and all that stuff, and then you're pregnant. And a lot of times, well, in my situation, because I'm going to talk about me, I don't mind telling my business. This is what it is. So a lot of times we don't use protection, we don't. We just going along, just not even thinking, some alcohol involved, some not, some just want to be like that. So, like I said, you heard the song. So this guy met, fast forward, you know what happened? You get to make a baby. So get pregnant, right? Didn't really know him. Got to know him really throughout the pregnancy, and really wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, right? With that being said, after fast forward 9 months, you're trying to get to know this person that you really don't know, trying to get to know this person, and plus you're pregnant on top of that. You got a lot of stuff going on, right? That you're trying to just deal with and that you're not ready for. And a lot of times in relationships, when we rush everything, some stuff is gonna miss out. Some stuff you're gonna miss out. Some stuff is not gonna be, it's not gonna flow right. So I really didn't know this person. My focus was, being pregnant, having a baby, and dealing with all this stuff, and working and taking care of, my other child 2 times. So, with that being said, when you rush stuff, had I got to know him first, and we did things the right way, I don't regret my child ever. Don't ever think that. He's a really good kid. But had I did things differently, I feel like things would have turned out differently, but sometimes things happen the way they're supposed to happen. But in that case, had I been using protection, that wouldn't have happened that way. You know what I'm saying? Stuff wouldn't have happened as fast as it did, and I was not ready for it. I wasn't prepared for it. Didn't think, I didn't even think if that could happen. Wasn't even thinking about that at all. Some people just, be like, oh, I want to have a baby by you. That was not the case. It just was like, what? What? Are you serious? Every time I was told I was pregnant, I got 2 kids. I cried every time because I just was not ready and was not prepared. And it's in life, things happen to you and we never really prepare for it. But, somehow we have to get prepared. So like I said, fast forward. Didn't really get to know him because I knew what I found out. What I did know was just we weren't compatible. You know what I'm saying? We did that, and people can easily do the easy part. But when it comes to communication and all that other stuff, it just was wasn't somebody I wanted to be with long term. It happens. And so with that being said, like I said, if you rush that process, you miss out on you miss the major steps. So it's and I encourage girls to take your time. Don't rush that. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? Date, have fun, have kids later. You don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to rush that. It's gonna come when it's supposed to. The right way. We all plan in our mind that we want to just we want to get married, want to have kids, but sometimes they don't happen that way. In my case, it didn't. And so that's just my encouragement to you all. Just take your time. be careful, because you just don't want to have a baby by somebody that you barely know, and then, years later, you're raising that child by yourself. No help. Or help, we call it surprise. If you get something, it's a surprise, it is what it is. And, as far as that, like I said, it's just get to know that person first before you lay down and make this huge could be mistake, and you're stuck with this person. You don't know if they're going to be there, if they're going to not be there. But as a mother, I mean, just speaking from my point of view, I had no choice but to be there. Who else was going to be there? If the other parent is not there, you have no choice but to be there. And I had to be there. It wasn't a choice. I'd rather struggle than give my child up or have somebody else raising them, because it's the other party didn't want to participate or can't participate or don't know how to participate, whatever the case may be, right? And you think because that person doesn't have any kids, okay, this is his first child, his or her first child, they're going to be there. But if they're not ready, they ain't going to do it. They don't want to do it, they're not going to do it, period. There's nothing you can do to make them do it. You can child support, you can do all that stuff. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change the fact that your child has one parent in the household. And you got to show him or her all that you know. And, you might not know a whole lot either, but you're there. And a lot of times this is the case for most women. We just rush the process, and we just think, or either we think we know a person, come to find out we really don't know them. You don't really know a person until you really never know a person. You can be a person for years and then all of a sudden wake up and this is a stranger. It happens. Like, people just do what they want to do, and they make excuses about it just to make themselves feel better. It is what it is. But one thing I've learned is I can always count on me. I know I'm going to be there regardless. I have no other choice. My child will be 17 in July. He'll be graduating next year. Both of my kids have, will have graduated high school. That's a major accomplishment for a single parent, like it is. And, when you have two, the second one, you pretty much, they'll learn some mistakes from the first one, as far as what to do, what not to do. My daughter got a car for the first time, help her get, and I felt pressured when I did get her a car, and everybody was saying they was going to help me, they was going to do this, but when time came, it happened a couple times, and then all of a sudden, it's like out of sight, out of mind, and it was on me. And so, me feeling, whenever you rush and you do something, it never works out. So I got a bad car, they don't sell the parts for it no more. But being that I was blessed to be on my job for so long, I had a car, and my car is about paid for. So guess what? I give them my car. That's what, for your kids, you're going to sacrifice, you're going to do things that you probably wouldn't normally do. But for them, you don't want to see them struggle like you have struggled, or like you're struggling, period. So, like I said, gave her my car. I ended up getting me another car. So with my son, it's like, I got to do things differently because it's just me. I know that it's just me. Nobody's going to be giving me nothing, handing out, doing nothing. They're just not. It is what it is. So I got a little used car for him, paid cash for it. The first car with my daughter, got it financed, and it's too much. I got 2 car payments, by myself. So it's just too much. It's like, so I didn't want to make that same mistake again. So I got him something cheaper and paid cash for it. Yeah, it needs some minor work, but when you know better, you do better, right? So I learned my lesson the first time around because it was hard. But like I say, everything just worked out because I pray and I just depend on him, and that's all I can tell you. People help here and there, but ultimately that stuff was on me. I know I can always count on me. So just be careful and take your time. Don't rush that process, because I promise you, it's hard to, raise a child, be pregnant, and just meet somebody that you don't know. Now you're trying to, get to know them, something's going to stop. Y'all growth is going to stop. You getting to know them. That process is going to stop because you done brung, a child into the center of it. So if you don't know how to handle that, if you don't know how to deal with that, something's not going to happen. Their relationship is probably going to go, or either somebody else raising your child. It's either one of the two. But you got to put your focus on something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you should not rush the process. I am a living testimony. Do not rush that process. Because once it's done, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know. So that's my little spill today. Had to talk about that. Take your time when it comes to having a baby. Be careful. Like, really get to know that person, because everybody that says all this stuff, you know, you don't know what they're going to do. Especially, and you know, if you don't know them, you really don't know what they're going to do. You hope they do the right thing, but ultimately, if you don't know a person, you don't know what they're going, you don't know who you are, they don't know who they are, and you got another little person that's dependent on somebody to take care of them, because they're, you know, they didn't ask to come into this world, and people just keep, people just keep creating and keep doing this. It's like, when do you learn? You know, I learned the hard way. I want to tell somebody, I want to show somebody, you don't have to do it my way at all. Don't do it my way. Get to know a person. Like, follow the steps, the process. Everything is a process. And when you rush the process, it never works. Oh, hello somebody. It never works. You know? Take your time. Don't rush. It's not a race. I promise you, it's not a race. So that's all I got today, guys. I will be going live tomorrow on Facebook. I don't know what wig I'm going to put on. I don't know who I'm going to be. But I have some excellent topics I want to talk about. I also want to talk about this Audible book that I listened to today, and it was entitled What a Time to Be Alone. And when I tell you, I got pages and pages of good stuff out of there. Meat and potatoes is what I call it. I'm gonna feed you guys. We're gonna go back and forth and talk and share, and just, you know, me just giving you my opinion. And if I experience it, I can tell you my story. But, you know, that's all I got. And the note I want to end on is nothing great ever comes easy. That's one thing you can count on. Nothing great ever comes easy. Don't rush the process. It could be a mess. Hello. But anyway, have a good day, guys. Later. No, it hasn't stopped yet. Hold on. Try again.